Hi students, I am Dr. M. Ashraf Majroo, Professor of Community Medicine. I welcome you in the learning session of case report writing and publication. This is the second session on epidemiology. The agenda include recap of epidemiology, epidemiological study designs, case report writing, historical examples of case report, publication importance and uses, methodology guideline, structure of case report manuscript. So let's take the agenda point one by one. The first agenda is epidemiological investigation. If we look at the epidemiological investigation, it starts with exploring the health problem, and then we generate the epidemiological hypothesis and test the hypothesis, and the ultimate goal is to establish the cause. To establish the cause, we need various steps, and the first step is the descriptive epidemiology. The descriptive epidemiology will explore the health problem and finding the frequency and distribution. This frequency and distribution led to develop the hypothesis. And then analytic study designs come into play, and a case control cohort study and experimental study designs, they are used to test the hypothesis, and through testing the hypothesis we establish the association, and then these associations are scientifically proved through scientific reasoning and biological plausibility to establish the cause. So this is the epidemiological investigation process. Let's see how these study designs they are working. So first of all, what is study design? It is defined and systematic course of action to investigate a problem under study. The study design will determine the study setting, the sample size, sampling technique, inclusion criteria, sampling procedure, ethical issues, data analysis plan, interpretation of results. So this is a set of methodological events. The study design will define these methodological events when we take a specific study design. So what will determine a particular study design? The study design will be determined by examining the health problem. The health problem will determine which study design will suit to investigate this problem. So this is the definition, and the set of events falls under the study designs. Now, hierarchy of epidemiological study. The epidemiological study design fall under three categories: descriptive studies, observational analytic, experimental analytic. If we talk about the descriptive studies, it includes four designs. First is the case report, case series, then ecological or correlational studies, descriptive and descriptive cross-sectional studies. In observational analytic study, again the cross-sectional study can be designed both way, the descriptive as well as it can be designed as analytic cross-sectional study. Then case control study, cohort study, and validation studies. In validation study, we study the diagnostic test, the sensitivity and specificity of diagnostic test against the gold standard test. So these are the observational analytic study designs. Then experimental study design, these include the clinical trials, preventive trials, and randomized control trial and non-randomized control trials. If we talk about another way classification, these two categories, descriptive and observational analytic, they fall under the observational type of epidemiological studies, And the trials, clinical trial, preventive trial, and RCT, they are falling under interventional or experimental study design. Here it should be mentioned that this is the evolutionary hierarchy of the epidemiological study. This is not binding on the researcher. The researcher can straightway select the randomized or non-randomized control trial, or he may select case control cohort study or any of the study without caring the evolutionary hierarchy of epidemiological designs. So let's focus on the case reports. This session is meant for the detailed study of case report. So case report writing and publication. What is case report? A careful detailed report by one or more clinician on a single patient is a case report. In healthcare studies, the case report consists of the details of socio-demographic profile of the reported case, symptoms, signs, the detail of diagnosis and diagnostic procedures, the detail of treatment and surgical procedures, the nursing care used in the patient care, follow-up of the individual patients. So this is the detail which is desired in case reports. Case reports may contain demographic profile of the patient but usually describe unusual or novel occurrence. Some case report also contain a literature review of other reported cases. When to write a case report, whenever we find unusual or novel case, it should be reported and published. An unexpected association between disease or symptoms should also be reported. Unexpected event in course of observation or treating patient, finding that shed the new light on the possible pathogenesis of the disease or adverse effect may also be reported. Unique or rare features of disease can be reported. Unique therapeutic approaches can be reported. Moreover, a positional quantitative variation of anatomical structures of the body are usually reported in case reports. So these are the situations in which the case reports are rational to report and published. The strength and limitation of evidence is very important to mention. The strength include first, it is the first level of evidence. It helps to identify new disease, helps to study drug side effects, sharing lesson learned by the researchers, identify rare manifestations. Then limitation includes it is the lowest level of evidence. Inferences can't be generalized. Inferences may have other explanations, need more cases for developing and testing the hypothesis. So these are the strengths and limitation of the case report studies. Now it is interesting to note from the historical examples, when a single case was the trigger point towards the cause of the disease or the health related problem. One of the historical example is the use of oral contraceptives. There was in 1961 a case was reported where a nurse taking a high dose of estrogen oral contraceptive developed a pulmonary embolism, and this case was reported and published. After that, to follow this case, multiple cases were reported in the following years with myocardial infarction and stroke in oral contraceptive users in postmenopausal age. This led to the hypothesis of association between oral contraceptives with the thromboembolism. Ultimately, this led to testing the hypothesis through case control study in 1967 by Royal College, reported threefold increase in venous thrombosis through analytic studies. After that, the low dose estrogen and low dose contraceptive pills were started, and to avoid the consequences or to avoid the thromboembolism. Another interesting case is the investigation of AIDS. In 1980, San Francisco resident Ken Horney was reported to CDC with Kaposi sarcoma. This was the unusual sarcoma and it was reported. Later on, it was retrospectively identified as the first case of AIDS epidemic in US. The other events related to AIDS were in 1981, CDC reported a cluster of pneumocystic carinine pneumonia in 5 gay men in Los Angeles. And after that, an article with the title Rare Cancer in 41 Homosexual Men was published in 1981 in New York Times. So this was more cases, and this led to the hypothesis of AIDS. And the other landmark in 1982, gay-related immune deficiency syndrome, GRID, was the first name of the disease, now known as AIDS. In July 1982, the term AIDS was proposed at CDC meeting in Washington, D.C. So these are the historical example where a case report has led to very important exploration of the epidemics and the disease causation. Publication importance in information dissemination will make other people alert about the similar experiences by them, and it will motivate the other people to share their experiences by publication of other means of communication. The individual experiences may consolidated to single data that may sufficient to generate a hypothesis. Publication may become basis for analytic research that may be generalized over a large population. Then uses of the case report is very important. Case may be exploration of a new emerging disease that may not be existing in specific community. Multiple published report of similar type of cases help to generate the hypothesis, helps to study the clinical course of illness and prognosis of treatment regimes. Case may be unusual, can be treated as an alert for epidemic outbreaks. So these are very important uses of case reports. Then the methodological comparison regarding research classification, study question, study population and sampling aspects. If we look at the classification, purely descriptive, it is a qualitative description of a single data element, falls in predominantly qualitative research. The study question is not objectively framed based on novelty of the selected case. The study population single case may or may not be representative of any study population. Then sampling aspects, as there is single case, no sampling is applicable. It is a single case, no specific sampling technique, but sampling procedure must be mentioned in context of study setting. More methodological guide regarding preferred data sources, objectives, result and discussion, strength of generalization. If we look at the preferred data sources, the primary data source and incidence cases are preferred over the secondary data sources based on record. Objectives are not formally framed, but the justification or rationale is desired for reported cases. Regarding result and discussion, qualitative narrative description of the case with inductive reasoning with some references may be desired. The strength of evidence, the inference can't be generalized, but the cases are trigger point of research hypothesis that may be generalized later with the application of other epidemiological studies. Then frequently asked questions are very important in case reports. A case report is a single piece of data. Can it be considered as a research? The answer is yes. It is a qualitative description of a single case with inductive reasoning, so it falls in predominantly qualitative research. Does case report publication carry weightage equal to other designs? Certainly yes. It carries the same weightage as publication based on the other epidemiological studies. Can we generalize the findings of the case report over large population when it is published? The answer is no. It can't be generalized. It needs further epidemiological investigation before generalization. Do we need literature search or reference citing in case report? Yes. It is optional, but references for diagnostic and therapeutic procedures are required. Then for publication, there is a structured journal structured of case report manuscript. However, every journal has its own instruction, but the journal components include the title, abstracts, introduction, case description, discussion, conclusion, consent note, reference, annexures. Annexures are optional. The title depicts the novelty of the case and the location from where it is reported. The abstract should short summary of case, the problem it addresses and message it conveys. Introduction should be brief overview of problem that the case address, citing relevant literature if necessary is required. Case description include the description of patient profile, case history, examination, investigation results, treatment details, expected and actual outcomes. Then in discussion, inductive discussion with references is desired. Inferences in summary point must be given in conclusion. In consent note, the way the consent was obtained and to the extent to which the information can be disclosed should be noted in the consent notes. The references as desired by the journals are instructed by the journals. If diagnostic therapeutic protocols are used, some scales are used and some criterions are used in the diagnosis and treatment of the patients, then they must be used they must be displayed in the annexures. So this was about the reporting and publication of a case report. We will continue with the case series in the forthcoming epidemiological session. So thank you very much for sparing your time.